Hi guys, this is Raju Rahman from Tectonic. The last time I reviewed a smart plug was back in April 2018, and that was from a company called TP-Link. That video only got like 200 views, so I didn't review any other smart plugs after that. It's understandable that smart plugs might not be the most exciting thing to watch a review or even talk about, but recently a smart plug from Teckin really piqued my interest. It's really small and it's considerably cheaper than the TP-Link smart plugs. It doesn't need a separate hub either, so on that basis I had to check it out and give you guys my thoughts on it. So if you're interested, keep watching. Look at this box. There's nothing special about the packaging. It's small, but you might be surprised to hear that there's actually 4 smart plugs in here. So opening the box, you've got the user manual and the smart plug themselves. Easiest unboxing ever. So you can see these are specifically UK 3-pin plugs, but of course other configurations are available for different regions. These are very small. I mean, if you compare it to a more well-known TP-Link smart plug, you can see the size difference. This smaller rounded design makes these plugs much more practical. It doesn't cover the switch on the outlet itself, which is great. The build quality is what you'd expect from a plug of this kind. So here on the left you've got a power button for powering on the device physically in case you don't have your phone in hand or don't have a voice assistant. This button also resets the device if you hold it down for 5 seconds. These smart plugs have a max load of 13 amps and max power load of 2990 watts. I've been using it with my 2000 watt oil radiator and it's been working perfectly fine. Just make sure you don't exceed the stated maximum load. Another thing to note, which may not be a surprise to you if you use other smart devices in your home, but much like most IoT devices, this will only work on the 2.4 GHz band, and that's perfectly fine for devices like this. That way you can use it around the house without worrying about it being too from the router. Anyways, let's get one set up. The first thing you need to do is register a Smart Life account. Once you've done that, plug into a socket, tap Add Device on the top right corner, tap Socket Wi-Fi, press and hold the side button for 5 seconds, make sure the indicator light is blinking quickly, tap Next and wait for the device to be added. Once it has, just give it a name you want. I'll call it Test Light. And that's it. So now that we're set up, you can turn on and turn off your connected devices just by pressing the button for that particular device on your phone and in the app. You don't have to be connected to the same network for this to work, so you can be outside as long as you have a data connection. You can remotely control your plugs. You can create schedules for connected devices based on your daily routines. For instance, if you have a kettle plugged in, you can schedule that kettle to turn on in the morning before you wake up so that there's boiling water ready for your coffee or tea. Now that's just one scenario. Personally, I use it with the fans in the house. Now, because it's starting to get cold, I use it with the oil radiator in my office. You can also set a timer to either power on or off the device after a set amount of time. So these plugs aren't smart for nothing. They're also compatible with both Alexa and Google Assistant. Once set up, simply say, turn on the test light.
Alright, turning on the test light.
And there you go, it turns on the light. Now, trust me, if you haven't used smart plugs before, you need to. Once you do, you'll be wondering, how you lived without them in the past. Turn off the test light.
Sure, turning the test light off.
So there you go. So I've been using these for the past week. I've had no disconnections in that time. It's never dropped off or lost connection. The only issue I've had with these plugs are when I've unplugged them, so it can sometimes take a few minutes for them to reconnect. Other than that, there isn't much to sort of criticize about these plugs. And if I'm nitpicking, then I would say not having the ability to monitor your energy usage is a bit of a downer, and that's something I can do with my TP-Link smart plugs, but these cost significantly more. So at the price these smart plugs are going for, I don't mind losing that feature. In all honesty, you know, shopping for smart plugs might be just as boring as shopping for curtains. They don't do much. So for the one thing that it's supposed to do, you would want it to do it well. In my opinion, these Teckin smart plugs do exactly what they're supposed to do, and they do it reliably. At the time of publishing this review, you can buy a single plug for 10 quid. That's pretty cheap, but the savings are even more apparent when you buy them all together. It only costs about 30 quid for 4. So if you're interested, I've placed links to their respective product pages in the description below. Stay safe, stay healthy, and chat to you guys soon. This has been Raju Rahman from Tectonic. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and it helped you, please subscribe and like. That would really help me out. And don't forget to check out these other videos too.